she didn't understand the logistics of anal sex.
Mm-hmm.
So before you have anal sex, so anytime like a boyfriend's come home, a dumbass guy's come home from work and then fucked his sweet girlfriend in the ass. The reason why that happened is because she prepped. She either douched her asshole, douched her asshole and doesn't always douche, but you usually need to get a butt plug in your ass to loosen your ass up. Or, and then this is how we talked, anal sex takes a long time. You have to be able to keep your dick really hard, especially if she's not super experienced with it, while she sort of like basically relaxes her ass. And you cannot even an inch just ram your cock in her ass. You will hurt her and never fuck her in the butt successfully after that. I hope you put this on the podcast.
I hope this audio is good.
But
hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Byrd is Wyrd podcast. I am your host, Byrd. With me this week is my dear friend and colleague, Kile Bates. He is a big-time stand-up comedian from Indianapolis. He's ran a lot of shows from FSB, and in a lot of ways is my mentor, and he is here with us this week to just talk about comedy as a whole, but also just joke around and have a great time. I've been off from doing this podcast for about a month, so if you're watching this, I'm glad to see you guys have come back. If you guys are new, maybe like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And if you end up liking this podcast, maybe share it to somebody who likes this kind of humor, if you can call it humor, all the good things. Anyways, let's get into it. Okay, Mr. Bates, we are going to start this podcast off how I like to start every single podcast I've done so far, which is with a weekly confessional. That is where me and my guests come on here. We confess something we either regret or feel deep shame about, something we would not normally say on the internet. But today we are, because that's what comedy is all about, saying shit we should not be saying.
okay.
My story, I think it's relevant considering I've taken like a month off from this podcast. I've been seeing someone recently, and this is like when we first couple of days we started talking. I don't know how embarrassing this is. This also might be a brag. I don't know. I might be slipping a brag in on you. But essentially we met on FetLife, which is a dating app for...
You backdoor brag about your sexual escapades to me a lot. But it's not bragging, it's just
It's been 2 years.
You're elated.
Yeah, it's been 2 years. I finally have something to talk about. It's great. But we met on FetLife, which is like a kinky BDSM dating app. Which...
I need to get your advice on navigating FetLife.
Okay.
At some point. Go ahead with your...
It's been 2 years and I finally got one, so I think I'm fully certified.
Tell me the story about fucking your girlfriend while she was asleep or whatever you did.
No, but like first couple days we're talking, we're clicking, and they asked me to like finish on camera, and so like we were sexting all day. And I'm really good at sexting because I like writing dirty stories.
This is not your girl. This is a different person.
No, this is Sean.
Okay.
This is who I'm talking to.
Your partner. Okay.
Partner. Mm-hmm. But then, right as I'm filming, like ready to let it fly, our mutual friend Nova Blair calls, and so like I unfortunately had to finish to Nova's little profile pic and ruined my cut of the video. And
dude, I think possibly that this part of your podcast is a way for you to just talk about you coming.
It is.
You know what I thought about? I couldn't make it into a bit. Is like I imagined going on like a tour, like with you, like a local, like what if we were doing like a bar crawl tour or something?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I don't think I could do it because we'd be in like a motel room and he'd be like, so clear you're in there beating off. And he'd be like, oh, I have to. I'm stimming. I'm autistic. I know that shit would happen on the first night. But,
you know, this probably explains. There have been a few people who are like, yeah, I was thinking about bringing you to, like, New Jersey or to Florida or some shit. I'm like, I think this is why they never reached out about these opportunities. No, I would never beat off.
You would never beat off?
Not on tour, no. You gotta beat off in the bathroom before the set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's honestly, like, I don't want to get into beating off in public etiquette, really. But
if you're in the movie theater, make sure you're in the back row.
Yeah, that's not... Like, if there's a private bathroom, I guess you're good.
Yeah.
If you have to.
Yeah.
But if you have to, maybe do it that one time and then get in your car and go to a doctor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you might have a problem, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my weekly confessional. I had a ruined orgasm on camera.
To Nova?
Yeah. They brought it up at the open mic. They did it as a joke, but they didn't provide that build-up, so, like, they made a joke, and then I brought Sean, so it was just Nova, me, and Sean laughing chaotically, like Joker laughing at this open mic, and everybody else in the room was like, what the fuck is going on?
Perverts. No,
Yeah, we are perverts.
No, I don't know. Yeah, when I was, like I said, I listened to your podcast so I could masturbate to you guys giving me compliments.
Mm-hmm. You've been brought up in every podcast I've done so far.
You guys are really nice. And, yeah, it's like, I'm not, here, I come up with one.
Mm-hmm.
One time when I was like 12,
Mm-hmm.
I was, we went to the grocery store, my mom went in and I stayed in the car and I jerked off. That's all. I don't want to tell you a large confession right now, you know.
You don't have to, no.
Yeah.
It's up to your discretion.
Okay, is that...
When I had
That's
Jeremy...
like a C+.
When I had Jeremy Johnson on, I told him ahead of time to have a story, and then he comes in here and he's like, I don't know if I have anything I regret or anything embarrassing.
Well,
I'm
that's
like,
just a lie.
I'm like, that's bullshit. We're comics. We got something. Gotta really coax it out of
Can I tell you real quick that I'm bummed out that we've been recording for 5 minutes and I've made 10... We've made 10 masturbation jokes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We gotta get it out of the way, is the thing.
Can it be a stereotype? Like, you know, stereotypes are hurtful, but they're true.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not gonna start naming stereotypes, but, you know, think of one. And then you think of it and you know it. And so it's like, what if white guys all make penis jokes? Because I've been around black guys and they were like, I was like, oh wait, do I make a lot of gay jokes? And they were like, yes.
Yeah, I stopped going to Margarita Mondays because of that. Like, after the 5th time of doing gay jokes, Quinn Schlegel was just like, tell a story, dude. They do not want to hear this.
Well,
I was like, okay. I could have used that on
I
the
just mean with
first couple
friends.
months.
Black rooms are different, you know. Just we're so new at this, so like,
I think you were there a couple times for my first couple of times on Margarita Monday.
I went for a little bit, and I brought Matt there, and he really hooked into Margarita Mondays.
Were you there the time he got run out of the room?
No, I stopped going because I had to work
so
Monday nights.
So fun. There was such a fun time. There was a couple of weeks where people just kept getting run out of their room, and it was just excellent. It was just excellent.
Margarita Mondays could be rough, was my understanding.
Mm-hmm. But like a fun rough.
At Illusions, yeah. I mean, I think I only did maybe 5 or 10 sets tops.
Mm-hmm.
There, and we'll say 6, we'll say 7,
mm-hmm.
and like 3 of those went pretty good for at least for my standard at the time, and you know, as a egregious honky, it's one, it feels good, and it's like a good exercise as a comedian to deliberately go out of your way to be around people who are not like you, to work on your craft. I also think it's a sign of intelligence in people. If you look around, take note of people who surround themselves with people who are unlike them, and I think that's a good thing to do.
Yeah, I was just telling Nova the other day.
Huh?
I was just telling Nova the other day. They were talking about potentially certain mics they didn't want to go to, and I'm like, honestly, I stopped going to Margarita Monday like a week or two before they shut down for like a couple months or whatever. I really regretted that because I was like, really wish I had challenged myself a bit more, and I would have had like a whole nother facet of my comedy talent kind of worked out.
No, you wouldn't.
No. Developing.
It's good exposure. It's a good place. If you want to work that whole part out, you gotta like move to Detroit or something. But 3 sets doesn't, quite frankly, fucking matter. But
no, but like every week for the next couple years or so. Are they still doing it?
No, they don't have a mic right now. They moved to a spot on the other side, and I don't. And then they disappeared after that. But
yeah, because they were at a place called like Bubba's or whatever.
I never went there. Yeah.
I don't know. Mondays are such a weird night. Or Indy, like we have so many Monday mics. But
I wish I didn't work Mondays. Yeah, I would go out and double dip or something.
They're always like first and third week of the month, or only third week of the month, or all this stuff. Mucky is the only one that goes all month long, but even they have like different nights from what I've seen. It's about like caricature night or whatever.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah.
Let's
get
what
into
is the vibe here? Do you...
It's mostly the interview style, but
okay.
Just crack some jokes.
I like that. I did a podcast one time that I'm not going to name. And it was me and 2 hosts who I like a lot, and they had a producer. And their producer wouldn't shut the fuck up, and it's like, I have a lot of social anxiety. And so as a guest on a podcast, like, I don't think it's odd to say this, like, you kind of, it should just be about the host, like, and I like questions make it easy for you, anyway. Yeah, and it's taken a couple episodes for me to kind of figure it out, but I'm sort of, like, honed in on the fact that I want this podcast to specifically spotlight art, but generally comedy in the Indianapolis scene. And I might have musicians on at some point because I know some bands and stuff now and stuff like that, but I mostly want it to be about comedy. So I do have some questions if you want to get into it. First one I was thinking about, how long have you been doing comedy again? I think I'm coming up on 4 years.
4 years, yeah. Okay, so to just give a rough estimate to the people watching who might not know you, this is mostly going to be a lot of our friends who are watching this, but, down the road we'll see who else watches. Kile Bates has been doing comedy for about 4 years. You've put on some great shows at Fountain Square Brewery.
I've put on a couple good ones, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was on one. I actually have a framed, like a big old framed poster from you gave me my first show, and I hosted that one, so, like, I have it framed and signed and shit.
I think it's a little bit of both. There was something happened where the business kind of tapered down or something, and I was a terrible producer, and so some of the shows were good, and also most of them were dog shit.
Yeah. I've done like 12 shows now, almost all of them at the same venue, and we've had like 3 or 4 nights where we actually made some money, but otherwise it's been fucking horrible. Not like in the quality of the show necessarily, like the performances are fine and everything, it's just like ticket sales aren't there or whatever, and you did a lot of free shows, and but your shows serve like a very important purpose in that it was a lot of people's first show, and it also like extrapolated from the mic.
Yeah, I guess that was a happy accident because Adrian stopped running the mic, and then when I started comedy, I was like very hungry, and I tried to be like very professional and stuff like that in my 20s.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as he expressed, I just felt like a do anything you can kind of mentality. So as soon as he was like, I might need help running this, I just was like, I got there early and I stayed late and I asked all the questions, and the idea wasn't that like this is my mic or room or show or anything. It's just that I was keeping it running, and I was trying to be, I think, just naturally trying to give it that vibe. That I'm just a terrible promoter.
Yeah, it's definitely something you gotta do. Everything that I've learned trick-wise was just out of, like, absolute necessity. A lot of it I picked up from other people, but, I mean, everything that you were running at the time perfectly, like, set up a small group of comics that we know to, like, get way better. Not necessarily faster in general. I think our scene has a problem with, opportunity, but like you've always been good about letting people host the mic and to get onto, like I said, shows for the first time, whether or not it was like sold out room or not. That's still like very important, and I know it was very important for me coming up. My second time ever doing stand up was at FSB, and I remember you came up to me after I did horrible. Absolutely. Literally so horrible that I was like, I want to not do this anymore. And you're like, keep coming back, bro. You got this. Yeah.
I liked your gusto, and it's like, the people in comedy that I associate with, generally speaking, has nothing to do with what they're doing on stage. It's how they carry themselves, how they came into the scene, what their attitude is like, really, how they treat people, and most of my friends are terrible at stand-up comedy. I'm just kidding. Yeah. I'm just kidding. But yeah, you same thing. I smelled that. I smelled that on you when you started, and you were like, "Can I?" And it's like that's all. Honestly, I think I naturally have fallen into like a leadership role for people. I'm done talking about this in a second because I feel weird, but as soon as someone shows up and is willing to just like hold the fucking rifle, that's all I need to, it's just a little bit of reciprocity, and then they tell you what they're willing to do. That's all. You seem like you're willing to do a lot, so I'll just give you. I don't want to run the mic. You want to do it,
Yeah, and it's been really, really tremendous for my career overall. I mean, I'm not getting booked all the time, but it set me up to like get into the routine of hosting. Like I was hosting there almost every week for like more than a couple of months last year.
Yes,
there was a stint there where I was like every single week.
Feels weird because this is how we privately talk, but like I think it's time for you to, because like in order to run the mic, you have to do like some light delegating, right? So I think the next step for you is learning to delegate, which is what I'm doing with you.
Yeah, because like I get close to like being self-sufficient on the whole thing, but then like there's a week where I like did not get a host, and
I was a little surprised
keep me in check,
at how lazy and unprofessional comedians are. But it's like, what did I expect? I am those things myself, but the thing is, you really don't have to look far in any comedy scene, and even this one, to find people who are good, trustworthy people who want to work hard and have a good attitude.
Yeah. I don't, I find it really hard to get any, like, personal project done, but as soon as, like, I add some people into it, like, I'm, like, per se, putting together a show, it gets me to do it. Like, if I've got a show in, like, a month, and there's, like, 6 people on it, and I have to make money to pay those people, and so that we have a crowd and have a good room, I'm getting that shit done.
Say it again. I'm
the whole thing.
Or just can you say
Okay, so it's like I cannot get anything like any personal project that like is only beneficial to me done on my own. I need like
It's the same reason why I had you
external
repeat
work.
yourself, because you have ADD, which is like unless it's the pertinent thing or it's the thing that you really care about.
Yeah, it's
hard to get done.
Like if it's impossible to stay tidy because it's like if no one's coming over here for like a week, then
I'm the same way.
Clean for a week.
But the thing is, maybe your place isn't organized specifically in every way, but your home is clean.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've had someone coming over almost every day for the last month now.
There are a lot of guys who are getting pussy and they don't clean.
That's fair. That's really fair. But I'm just really self-conscious, so I'm keeping it tidy. As soon as they leave the apartment, I'm like fully cleaning the whole place over again.
Whatever you gotta tell yourself, doesn't matter. Keeps you alive longer. That's good. Your place is nice. I like it a lot.
But yeah, let's get into some questions here. Regarding comedy, we have like a bit of more of a picture of you and me in comedy. Are there any jokes that like you used to do that you either like don't feel like you feel you can't do anymore, or like you refuse to do?
Refuse to do, probably not.
No.
Like on principle. I wouldn't do these jokes because it's not smart, because they're not good jokes, or they served a purpose, Yeah. So, but I did hear a joke of mine recently. I was listening, Matt and I we'll do a writing session where we'll play usually our latest set, and we'll go sometimes line by line, beat by beat, and trade off our thoughts and ideas on. But we were like, let's listen to an old set. He played his first one, and I played like the oldest one I could find. And the bit, when I heard this, I wasn't laughing at the joke. I was laughing at the context. But the bit is something like, this is ridiculous, but it's something like, I keep having this problem where I fall asleep and I wake up on my back, and right as I'm yawning, a little piece of my dad's shit falls in my mouth. Okay, which is like, it doesn't make sense. Right, and what was making me laugh about it is I had anticipated that. I baked all this in, and so like, to dead silence, I'm doing this material in the recording. I'm laughing hysterically, and then I said, yeah, I know, I thought it was weird too, and I talked to my sister about it, and she said, well, how did you know it was Dad's shit? And I said, because, you idiot, I opened my eyes and I saw Dad's asshole opening and closing, and shit falling out of it, falling into my mouth. And you know what I mean? It's like, I would never do this bit now. And again, no one's making a peep. I'd anticipated silence again and wrote a third line about, I don't know why I decided to tell you guys this because I thought it was funny. My mom thought it was funny when I told her. She laughed so hard she spilled her glass of pee. And so one more note about this whole bit. So I would never do this bit again. But why I love this bit, what I love about this bit personally, why I'm proud of my old self for doing this bit, is because I've painted a picture of a family that's okay with the idea of eating shit and drinking piss. And that's really funny to me. I went for it. So I wouldn't do that now. But, I've always liked absurd comedy.
Jesus, that's absurd, for sure. We have 2 mics after this. I hope I see this bit again.
I'm definitely not doing the bit.
You should do
I'm definitely not doing the bit.
It's like funny, but like in a
I tried
late night Adult Swim way.
I did it for old time's sake. The only reason why I could get laughs with it, I noticed, is because I'm doing comedy longer. And there is a thing where it's like, depending on your energy, even at an open mic, you can kind of, you know what I'm saying, rough it and kind of force the laughs a little bit, if you know how to. I'm not saying I'm just saying it's not a good bit. It's not important to me now. It has nothing. I wouldn't grow from it.
It is definitely, it's a pretty simple it's not like a substantial laugh. It's shocking. It's very shocking.
It's not even funny. It's not. There's no laugh. It's funny to us.
I think it's funny by the time you get to the end of it. It's insane.
That I would do that.
It's insane. Yeah, but it's like I said, it's like late night Adult Swim, like late 2000s funny.
It reminds me of one of my a great Louis C.K. bit where he's talking about the word hilarious and all that stuff, and at the end of it, he's saying that people will be like, "You're not gonna believe this." Yes, I will, and all that stuff. And then he goes, "No, you're gonna. Holy shit!" And he starts getting more and more insane about how much you're gonna freak out when you hear this thing. And he says something like, "You're gonna rip off your asshole, and you're gonna throw it against the wall. It's gonna stick, and you're gonna dive through into another dimension." And it's like how just abstract he gets with that. And I just always loved those types of jokes.
Yeah, Louis C.K. is fucking.
Well, I mean, obviously, it's like saying the Beatles are a great band, but yeah,
it is. Yeah. I think this might lead into somewhere. Where are your like comedy influences? Like, if you had like a top 5 or whatever.
Louis, George Carlin.
Yeah.
There's certain pockets of his material that's really great. Like, he's got a bit about like, I'm not even going to sit here and quote George Carlin, but there are certain pockets of George Carlin that are really good. Sometimes he's too crotchety or too coked up. I really wish I could remember this bit about like styrofoam and whether or not humans are detrimental to like the overall health of the earth, and just like how, and then his position on the bit is that it's this absurd, bombastic, like self-indulgent human thinking, and just like does the George Carlin thing and points out kind of just how insignificant we are to like the earth and deconstructs it all, and I love that type of stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to like remember the key points of that bit because it's been
a
a while.
Great bit, and I've been keep forgetting to listen to it again.
It's been like 2 or 3 years, but I remember last time I like did a deep dive and watched like everything he's done.
Another comedian I love is another obvious one is Patrice O'Neal, and the reason why is like sometimes I do comedy, and like I'll do a line and I'm having fun, and sometimes you'll see somebody doing like the, and like sometimes you'll get that genuine. I did it last night. Someone asked me what's my favorite street joke, so I can tell it now. I said, how do you tell when your sister's on her period, your dad's dick tastes like blood? And there was a woman doing that in the audience. And so when I watch Patrice O'Neal, I do that. He makes me do that, and that's what I like.
Yeah.
He says things that I can't believe he's saying.
Yeah, I feel that way about you all the time. Like, I feel like at the open mics, I'm either like doubled over, like just full gasping for air laughing, or just like surprised that you said. What's the joke about black women don't fart, they
poot? That's my bit.
Yeah,
that's not funny though.
No, it's just it's not something I've ever heard someone think about.
But another comedian is Jordan Jensen. I think she's like probably, in my opinion, I think she's one of the best comedians ever. And like comedy always goes to satire or whatever. But then comedians go from their dumb satire to being themselves truly. And Jordan Jensen is so honest, it like makes me uncomfortable. That's why I love Jim Norton and comedians like that, because I think she's a prolific, amazing comedian.
Jordan Jensen's in my top 5 for sure. I got to do the meet and greet when she was at Helium last year in January, and she's coming back to Helium, I want to say in May?
Yeah.
I would.
I'm trying to think of another like really important comedian to me. I can't really. Another comedian that I rip off of all the time is Joe List. And the way I'm trying to be more and more like Joe List, where he's not in any rush to knock people's pants off at all times. Like eventually, I want to be able to do an hour where people are like dying in the crowd, literally because they can't breathe. But at the open mics, I'm trying to copy that mentality where, Bert Kreischer calls it swimming away from the boat. It's like you don't need to be in a rush to get the laughs and get hung up on bombing and stuff like that. So I think Joe List is really great for that, because I've seen him at Helium, and I was laughing so hard, dude, I couldn't pay attention to what was going on. He did no meandering, but then like every clip you see him on, it's like he may as well be wearing his pajamas. He doesn't give a fuck what's going on. I mean, it really gets through to me. And Jay Okerson is the same way.
Jay Okerson.
Him and Aisha Brown. She's the most inspirational local comedian to me. Because when you watch her, you're not watching a monologue. You're watching somebody just sit with you and share themselves with you.
Yeah.
And she's great at that. Jay Okerson does the same thing, where he flows in and out of crowd work and material seamlessly. And you just think, all you're thinking is, this is the chillest motherfucker I've ever seen in my life. Yeah.
He was one of like the earliest influences on me comedy wise. I believe saw him on This Is Not Happening.
Can I step out of frame for a second?
Yeah, you can do whatever you need to do.
Cold. Take me to my lap. Okay, I didn't eat today. Okay. Alright.
Yeah, Big J. Actually, I wanted to go see him at Helium last year, but I wrecked my last car that morning.
I didn't, because I was fighting with my buddy because I'm a little girl. But we made up, and I hear this, he didn't do that well or whatever. So. But when I started watching Jay Okerson, I had already started doing comedy, and I realized, it kind of had like a realization, like I need to change my act a little bit. He was doing something I hadn't thought of.
And yeah, you definitely fit into like that class of like dirtier comic.
Yeah, unfortunately, I get
in a good
people
way.
tell me that all the time.
You're classy about your dirtiness, I'd say. There's like a I don't know, you attack dirty material like a prodigy attacks a math equation, okay? There's like thought behind it, it's thought provoking. You usually trigger something that like is like there on the surface, but like people aren't talking about or thinking about in the normal day. I don't know how to describe it exactly, but like your jokes are very unique and they're memorable. Like the cop bit, like the small cop bit that you do when
the mustache.
Fucking excellent.
Is it? It's
fucking excellent.
It's just a silly voice.
I love it. It's great. It's a lot more of an act out, obviously, but it's fucking excellent. It's one of my favorite bits from you, and you're great at roasting. Everybody fucking.
Well, I think roasts are kind of easy because it's sort of like I think people kind of do roasts incorrectly. So like, I shouldn't be saying this because then everybody's gonna beef up their roast game. No, but.
I could use it. I'm roasting Nova in April.
Okay, so you've seen like individual roasts where it's like, the roast of Charlie Sheen or whatever. Okay, so the way the show works, I'm just describing it to make a point. So like the host sits there, or the person sits there, and you have the host, and people go up one by one. They make fun of the guy, and they make fun of everybody in the room, and they do the whole range of jokes from easy street, heartfelt. Oh no he didn't kind of material, and then all the way into I actually hate you material, right? Okay, that's a roast show, not a roast battle. Then you get to roast battles. People go into when they're writing their roast battle set, they think they're doing it, they think that's defeating, they think the worse demeanor you are to this person, the more likely you are to win the roast battle. And it's like, you need to write good jokes. You need to find a way to say this guy loves Hitler. That's all you have to do. It doesn't. If he's fat, call him fat. If he's tall, call him, Matimbo or whatever. But yeah, search for good jokes. Like Luke was from Martinsville. They got to be surface level. I remember Kev King, the first time he had me on, he was like, "Do you want to do the show?" And I asked Jack Franzman. And same way I work with anybody, it's like I was just making a connection with that guy. I liked his attitude. So I invited him, and Kev looked at me in the eye and he was like, "Be funny." And I really took that to heart because it's like I realized what makes you successful at a roast is the audience. So that's my advice about roasts.
And I think that carries on into just normal stand-up in general. It's like the goal is to be funny. It's not to like...
It's not to make this guy look bad.
Yeah.
It's like for a while I'm gonna probably at some point, but I was gonna roast Darren Feinsilver, and I
Mm-hmm.
backed out because I was writing jokes like that.
Mm-hmm.
I still have one that I think I'm still gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna tell you the joke right now.
You could.
But I realized I was just writing them wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just rambling. But yeah.
No. I mean, we're having a conversational podcast here.
I ramble
I ramble a bit, yeah.
I ramble when I pee.
What the fuck? Shit, I had somewhere I was going with this. Yeah, so, like, how'd you feel finding out you and Luke's battle was ranked number 7, like, in the world? How'd that feel?
It felt good.
It was pretty cool to see you guys' like name put up on the post and everything like that. It's good recognition for Indianapolis.
Do you know what the syndicate is? Like, what we were number 7th in the world in terms of like.
I think that week or something, or that.
And like, what does that mean? Like, they judge all the roasts in the world every week.
I assume so. I know
Is
they
it just
gotta
like
get like the video back to them or something like that.
Is it a YouTube channel? Like, are they like affiliated with the police or like how? You know what I'm saying? Like, who decides these things?
Yeah. Not really sure how it works in directly, but it is linked to the actual like bigger roast battles that they got going on in like Chicago and LA and stuff like that. And they have their own channel for it.
It felt cool.
Yeah.
It felt.
I got to see a few that see it live. I was making the chicken fingers that everyone was eating while watching you guys do the battle. So like I got to get out of the kitchen for like 10 minutes just to watch.
It just felt like I didn't really care that much, to be honest, because it's like little things like that probably happen a lot to entertainers, and they just come and go, and that thing's not gonna that's not gonna skyhook me out of Saigon. So
no,
it's really neat, and great for my resume or whatever, and then also. Like I said, it was confirmation that I did those things were the correct thing, all that shit leading up to it. And then also these things, it's like I don't know about you, but I'm kind of this, and it's a good sign, but you do things a lot. You're like, oh, this is the thing, I gotta do this thing, and once I do this thing, and then you do the thing and you realize it doesn't fucking matter. It's nothing. Doesn't matter.
No. Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yep.
So it was just fun, and the best thing I got out of the roast was that Luke got to be there and kill in a club in front of his mom, and the audience had a great time, and Kev is the man. I get to go back and roast Evan and him. That I'm afraid of, I'm sorry, Luke, but I booked Luke because I thought he's a great guy, and his work ethic. I didn't book him, but I asked to have him on. But this was Kev's choice. He's like, I want you and Evan. So
I think you probably got Evan. I
don't know. Evan's a really great joke writer. He's really great with short form jokes too, which are good for roasts. Yeah,
but like, I don't know. What's the one you've been doing again? Or the Bowden looks like a peach with back knee. That is like a visceral experience to hear, like to be in the crowd and hear it. When I brought Sean and you said that, they laughed harder than they did at any other joke that entire night. And I went back, I came home and I looked in the mirror. I'm like, do I really got bad back knee or whatever? I was like, Jesus, dude.
I mean,
like you can cut.
Nah.
Like not in a mean way, but like there's a snap to it. There's like,
I don't know.
Clinical.
Maybe it's from writing songs. I was trying to be a musician after high school up until I was like 23.
That's crazy.
25.
That's exactly what I'm doing, and I'm so
I had a little guitar and I wrote songs and lyrics and stuff. But
I got a guitar and a bass over there.
I've also been a prick my whole life, just like a fucking asshole.
Same.
And I've learned to kind of jettison that part of myself, but I'm left with this guy that really knows how to describe things. Because usually, I learned how to do it to describe, to hurt people's feelings.
I've not been a very nice person most of my life either. I think I'm a very agreeable person nowadays. I used to be an asshole.
I'm a yes man. I'm a bitch. I say yes all the time, and then I'm like, why did I say yes? I hate that guy, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in 2026, I'm learning to just be like, fuck it. Just fuck it. There's a few comedians that I'm not naming names, but like, last year, if they had done some of the things that they're doing, like in conversations and shit, I would have been like, it's okay that you're basically talking mad shit right to my face or whatever. It's cool. We're buddies. This year, I'm just like, nah, I'm throwing it back, and so far, it's very liberating. Just to be like,
I mean, the great thing about art is that whatever anybody says or does, you are uninhibited through art. It's like I think that one of the purposes that art has always served is that you can say anything, you can make any statement, not just in comedy, because it's coded in this subtext. You know, it's like some cryptic lyrics about, you know, from a Nirvana song or whatever. Could be very, you know, anti-society or whatever, and that's what art is for, you know. So what I'm saying is, when people act like cunts, you can. All I'm saying is, art makes it fair. You can get past all that through what you do on stage or through your craft.
Yeah.
Fuck them. And people are going to continue to do that to you right to your face.
Oh, yeah.
At every turn. And at every turn, there's going to be a guy standing there being like, you can't. So, don't listen to him. You know, just... That's what's great about comedians, is that we get to do this thing all the time that in order to do, you have to learn to trust yourself. And so we learn to trust ourselves a little bit.
I was just thinking about this. I think this may be a poignant conversation. How do you feel about compliments? Like, how do you take...
I love compliments.
Like, do you ever struggle receiving compliments or, like, receiving positive feedback about your work? Is that carry over into other parts of your life, or is that, like, strictly to comedy?
Usually when I masturbate, no, I don't know. See, I did the thing. But, I'm at a point in my life now where sometimes I can tell someone's about to give me a compliment, and I'm like, oh, fuck, let me put in my bib. Hey, I'm sorry to be 168 years old. Is there a way I can pee? Can you pause or something like that?
Yeah, you can be.
Okay.
That's perfect. Hey guys, I just wanted to stop here in the middle of the podcast to let you know about a great opportunity if you're in the Indianapolis area and you like stand-up comedy. See, I'm not just the host of this podcast. I also run an open mic every single week, every Wednesday. Sign up is at 6:30, shows at 7 o'clock. And if you show up, whether you're brand new or you've been doing comedy for forever, free sign up, and you get to do 5 minutes of material. You don't have to write anything either. You can just show up and you can riff, you can do some crowd work if you'd please. Or, and this is a great one, you can come and roast the host. I personally really like being roasted, so if you've watched this and you're like, I don't want to say some nasty things offline, you can show up to the mic. We just ask one thing, which is that you be nice to our patrons, you don't abuse anybody. It is a queer-friendly room too, so, you know, have some grace, have some nuance, don't be strange, you know. But I think it's a great room, it's a fantastic room. It's my favorite place to perform. I've had some great sets there. I've met a lot of great people there, and it's a good cross-section of all the different parts of the Indianapolis scene. I think I should mention where it is. I think I should. That would be the Fountain Square Brewery open mic, FSB. Yes, where is that exactly? By the name, I think it's in Fountain Square. Yes, it's right next to the Goodwill. I will put a poster up on the screen. Over there. Yes, over there. So you'll get the info. But like I said, that's every Wednesday. 6:30 sign up. 7 o'clock show. It's a kick-ass time. Also, the beer is fantastic. Absolutely immaculate. I don't drink it because I'm a pussy. But, a lot of great reviews from all the people. I see people there every week. Everyone's got a favorite. Everyone's got something. It's a great place. And they also got a food truck out there every week. Yeah, that's right. We got beer, we got laughs, and food. Yeah. We have some really, really good Filipino food, and they also have smash burgers and some fun stuff. We got a new menu coming, so that'll be interesting. So come out. Come out on a Wednesday. It'll be awesome. Try your 5 minutes. Come meet me. Come roast me if you want. And, yeah. It'll be kick-ass. I hope I see you there. Okay. So you like compliments, and you want more questions. How about this? I will say, out of, like, whenever I have a conversation with anybody regarding the scene, who's, like, one of your favorite comics in the scene, or who do you think's doing the best work, whose opinion you like the most, you get brought up in every conversation. I think a lot of people think for your 4 years of doing comedy, you have a lot of great opinions and I got a lot of good insight on the scene.
Sorry.
So, I would like your top 5 up-and-coming comics in the scene. Like,
Okay, I'll do that.
yeah.
Okay.
Maybe, like, kind of, maybe people you think are underrated, or you think...
Top 5, I
really
can't do
going up.
top 5, but how about I do the first 5 that come to mind?
Well, yeah, that's usually what it ends up being. There's too many comics to remember. Like,
Yeah.
as someone who books shows, like, I'm constantly working with different short lists of people I think are great, and then forgetting to book the one person.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's one thing I miss about booking shows was I'd have pages in there where it's like,
Mm-hmm.
that person's funny, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Yeah.
yeah, top 5, again, it'd probably just be like the most recent 5, really.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the first comedians that comes to mind is Haley Wilcox,
Of
obviously.
Of course, Haley Wilcox.
Haley has a trait that some comedians have where she was funny and good at stand-up right away.
Mm-hmm. She was on my show, the Hoosier Hilarity Showcase, a couple of weeks ago. She said she's only been doing it like 6 months, and she killed 12 minutes like a pro. Like, she had that room. Just.
So she's one of those people that, I try not to overdo it, but I've lavished her with a lot of compliments.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I told her that if she keeps doing what she's doing, she'll be able to. Anyway, there's a guy, I don't know if he's from Kokomo. I'm a piece of shit, I can't remember his last name. Tristan Working?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look him up actually, real quick. Anyway, I like comedians who, when they start, they just seem to have the right instincts.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Tristan Working.
Mm.
He's a Kokomo comedian. He's got a little mustache. 4 or 5. You want to say like newer comedians? You said.
Yeah, up and coming.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let me look at a set list, dude. I drank a THC drink, and I'm hitting your vape pen, but I got 100 set lists on my list.
Yeah. You're all good.
But what else is going on while I look?
I don't know, but Haley Wilcox is like one of the the most natural comedians I've like seen come up since I started. Like, I've only been doing comedy like almost 2 years now, and
I mean, I wouldn't call him a newer comedian, but one person I like is Danny V.
Danny V, yeah.
Because
he's very new. He's
he's a new comic. Yeah,
He's been like we've had lunch a few times. We've had or hung out and stuff like that. He's been watching comedy locally for like 4 or 5 years or so. He's like a big comedy fan. But
yeah,
he only started
he's
doing
made
it
to be a
recently.
comedian, and he's perfect as a comedian because he hates himself and all that stuff. But he's such a great guy. You know?
He is, absolutely.
And he has all the trappings of a good life. But and what I like about him is what I see in a lot of comedians is just the repetition and the persistence. And like, he showed up, he just started watching, and he started doing jokes, and it wasn't going well. And then now the guy's funny, man. And it's like, there's a few memories I have in my mind that are kind of like romantic to me as far as like comedy goes. And I just remember walking out to smoke a cigarette and listening to Danny V, doing some terrible transition, working on some material at Fountain Square. And I'm like, this is what stand-up is. Yeah.
It's a lot of pain, and it's a lot of shit not working. I was telling him last week, I was trying to come up with like an in-between joke because his last joke hadn't gone well at all. And I was like, what do you call it when Danny V bombs the Cuban Missile Crisis?
My favorite joke from him is where he says he's working at the daycare center and the woman shows up. It's like, got a new kid. Hi, this is my daughter Dominica, but you can just call her Nika. And he's like, I don't think I can. And I'm Dominican or whatever. Funny ass joke.
Yeah,
like,
I love Danny V.
You know, Nova's another comedian like that. There's a whole bunch of comedians that I love because they show up and they put in the fucking work.
Nova's doing great work at the back door. Every time I've seen them perform there, just has that room.
I got a shout out to my little cousin Cree Hilliard. She just started, and same thing there. She just had the right instinct. She was funny right away. But I just want to look at a few more and see if there's like some like new comedians.
Yeah, let me think about it.
But yeah, we can talk about other things while I do that. I'm sorry.
There's this one guy I was thinking about, but I don't remember his name. You were talking. He was like the really handsome dude at FSB last week that you were like trying to like do crowd work with.
Oh, I remember him. Yes.
He looks like Benson Boone with like 5% Bad Bunny in the face. And when he was up, he was talking about how the girlfriend that he brought to the open like had just been to like the loony bin, and I'm like, that's an insane thing to talk about in front of a mic of people.
I need to see if she's that girl was so cute. That guy just made me sad because it's just he looked like he just fell out of a GQ pod, like, you know. And I was like, man, it's fucking 3 pounds of flesh, you know, is all that changes people's lives. And
but I saw him at Center Point, and I kind of like what he's doing. I don't know, but he's super good.
All these lists are a bummer because nobody comes to mics anymore.
That's true, man.
What's the guy's name? Jay. That was how I first learned his name.
Theo Khan.
So
I think you're talking about.
Here's the thing about that guy. And it's not because of his skin color, but he reminds me of Patrice O'Neal because he says the most wild shit ever. And sometimes it's, to me personally, so low-key hysterical. Can I repeat one of his jokes that's disgusting and despicable? And to me, a great joke?
Yeah, we're going to tag him in it anyways.
Okay, he said, once a month I come up to him and I say the punchline because I think it's funny, but he said, the other night I was having a sex with a trans woman. And I knew she was trans because I had to turn the lights on because I couldn't smell her pussy. See, so it's like, if you're offended by that guy, I understand, but that's a great joke.
It's so wild. It's fucked up. Oh, Jesus.
New comedians. And I used to do that. He's so much more elegant at it than I am, but I used to try to upset people. I used to, when I listen back to the old sets, I cringe because I'm listening to it, and it's like, I really was just trying to say something horrible to get people to go, oh!
Yeah.
Because I was testing the waters.
Yeah, I remember I was just watching, last week when KJ was over, we were watching sets from like when I first started, and like my third time I did a joke about my grandmother fisting people, and I remember doing that in front of her. She would come out to open mics, like she came out to the Colonial one time.
I would never in 100 years do that.
Well, okay, so the joke was like the other week.
I do it from my mom.
I found my grandmother. She got her hand stuck in a box. I don't know when she got into fisting, but it was a weird thing to walk in on. And so that's the joke. And then I invited her to Colonial and did it. I invited her, I think, out to Helium one time to see it. And then she wanted me to do comedy for her birthday party.
So she likes it, though.
She didn't understand it. And then I think it clicked at some point. But at her birthday party, I did that in front of a bunch of 80-year-old senile women. And I'm just like, I'm joking about my grandmother fisting.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's fun. Did you ever
great.
try to be like, this woman is in the room, by the way?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I called her out. Yeah.
Did she? So she liked going to your shows, though.
Mm-hmm. I remember.
I do a joke about my mom and grandma that I do in front of my mom, but I would never do in front of my grandma.
My grandma has got like a wicked sense of humor. She's also like weirdly progressive compared to like her kids.
Yeah, my grandma's a dope lady.
Yeah,
for sure.
My grandma was a nun, but like she's not allowed to be a nun anymore, or at least not allowed in the convent.
Your grandma sounds extremely interesting.
Because she wrote a letter to the Pope asking him to stop molesting children.
Bro.
Yeah, and her best friend is like a gay dude. She worked at the zoo here in Indianapolis, and she used to volunteer at the Big Cat Rescue somewhere near here.
I yawn when I get cold.
Mm-hmm. I yawn all the time. Oh, we're doing great on time. We're at about 50-ish minutes for the podcast, so we can keep rolling. Okay. You got any like horror stories from on stage? Like any times you've been up there and either material's not working and it's absolutely killing you, or maybe a crowd reaction was something you were not expecting?
Horror stories. What do you mean by like?
Just like.
I got a lot of bad stories. But
yeah, you're at a show or an open mic and like something just fucking ruined the whole vibe, or like you're struggling.
Well, I don't have one that ruined the vibe, but I have a great story. Do you know who Don Mason is?
Yeah, loosely. I don't know him personally.
Okay, so this is the best. I was at Colonial.
Yeah.
And I remember I was sitting there, like, I can see the door, so you know where I'm sitting, like against that wall. Adrian's sitting over there. Anyway, there's a guy on stage and he's making a lot of ageist jokes. He's making fun of old people. He's bombing. And there's a guy in the audience who's old. I'm telling you this because I surmise that's why this next part happened. So Don Mason goes up there and he's like starting to do aggressive crowd work, meaning he's going to walk into the room. I'm going like, I'm so new. I'm like, I hope he does it on me, you know? And starts walking up to the old guy, calling him old, saying something about his age immediately. Mm-hmm. And the guy yelled, like, he was just like, fuck you. Like, not joking. He called him mother. He was like, fuck off. He was dead serious. And we're all like, whoa. And Don was like, into the microphone still. He's like, sorry, hey, man, sorry. You know, I don't want to. He's like, let me start over. Let me ask you a question. What side of the Civil War did you fight on? And the dude, I mean, he charged him, and and Mike G was there and got between them. But I think my favorite part is that all I remember is me and Adrian making eye contact, being like the whole time, you know. But yeah, that's a fun story.
That's insane.
Horror stories.
Mm-hmm. Mike G. Speaking of like horror stories. Fuck. I remember at Margarita Mondays one time I was doing like gay material, like gay jokes or whatever. Like there was a joke about me getting diddled or whatever. Mm-hmm. And the host was literally heckling me. They also had a mic, because like this was when they had the DJ set up behind the comedian. So he's like sitting
This is Margarita Mondays?
Yes. He's sitting behind me with a DJ set up and a mic, and he's heckling me from behind me. And he's saying shit like, oh, what did you just say? Nah, what? Dude. Really? Come on. Nah. what are you doing? I'm like, shut up, dude. He's like louder than I am. I'm like,
how long into comedy were you when you were doing that?
Like, okay, maybe 6 months. Not very long.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It was, I was like, God damn.
Because would you do that again? Would you go and do all those same jokes?
No.
No.
No. Some of them were good. It was just really not that room.
Right.
Like I said, it took like forever for Quinn Schlegel to just be like, buddy, just do something else. Or like, say that. I just thought they were bad. I didn't think everyone in the room specifically was like, it was bad, and also they don't like that kind of material in the first place.
You're fucking...
I was working with a handicap.
Pale white skin being like, I also suck dick, too. And then it's like...
Yeah, this is like a mixed mic, so like they have like rappers come in sometimes.
And a DJ.
I did gay material in front of a rap group from Atlanta that chased 2 different people out of the room for being stupid, and I still got up there. I was like, yeah, I got molested or whatever.
I don't know why I'm like crying. That's so funny, but I'm not laughing. But that's really funny.
Yeah, I learned a lot of things the hard way. Boy, I do miss Colonial so much. It was such a, I miss the Colonial. It was a good mic.
I liked that room a lot.
Yeah.
It was, not a hell mic, but, just a good workout room. That's what it was called.
Mm-hmm. I think the mic culture has definitely changed in the city significantly since, I started about 2 years ago. There were way more people coming out. But, I don't know, the lists are still somewhere in the 20 range, but, it just feels like a lot of people stopped coming out of the mics, and I don't know what happened, really. There's a few big shakeups in the scene, both, on, a club level, because we lost Crackers, and then,
Well, everybody stops doing comedy eventually.
That's true. There's always going to be, people cycling in and out of it. Definitely, the crowd that's at FSB now is significantly different than it was a year ago. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's still a few mainstays.
It's like the Oregon Trail.
Yeah, that's true. I haven't really thought about it that way, but that's true.
That's a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know. What are you looking to potentially see get better in this scene? What do you think, from your opinion? Your standpoint, what do you think needs to improve in this scene?
Needs to improve?
Needs to improve.
I don't know. I mean, I think the scene will improve because there's only just going to be more and more comedians in comedy. Yeah. So I'm hopeful. I really hope that the scene grows and we get more clubs and multiple mics each week. It's never going to happen, but what needs to change? I have no idea, man. I mean, a lot, but I don't know what I think is the keystone, or...
It would be great if we could get everybody unified under a similar mindset, but that's
no, I don't agree with that at all. That's
not everyone needs to think the same way, but everyone's we should all be going out to the mics as consistently as possible.
I don't agree with that either. It's
really?
You've heard the expression lambs to the slaughter? Some people are going to wash the fuck out and stop doing comedy. So decide what you want to do, man, and you know what I mean? Don't worry about them. I don't look at it like that. I mean, like I said, when I see people who I think are good, or I see a Haley Wilcox or I see you, it's my nature is to encourage that because I see somebody with potential.
That's fair. There are some people I definitely don't want to get the impression that they should be working harder on what they're doing.
Well, people go for different reasons. You might get Rick Moranis or something, Your kids might die, and then you might have a spiritual awakening and be like, I was doing what? Who knows?
Yeah. Then he was like, oh, I'm going to come back to acting, and then somebody violently assaulted him on the streets.
Who?
Rick Moranis. And now he is coming back for Spaceballs too.
Well, that's what happens when you're Moranis.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you brought up Rick Moranis.
It's gonna happen to me.
Fresh
I'm
on my
like,
mind.
like, it's that little weird guy. Beat him up.
Rick Moranis. What do you... Okay, here's a question. I find myself asking similar questions throughout all these podcasts, but I feel like it's very important when we're talking to comedians.
This is very comedy centric.
Yeah. As far as, like, films or TV shows, what do you think are your bigger influences in comedy goes? Because at least, let me answer my part of the question first. I've found that a lot more of my comedy influences are from movies and television than I do any specific stand-ups. Because, like, when I was growing up, I was watching shit like The Three Stooges and, like, SNL, a lot of SNL.
Yeah, dude, SNL's great.
Mel Brooks movies and shit like that. So, like, where do you think you got a lot of your, like, your...
I'm a big fan of The Simpsons.
Big Simpsons fan?
The Simpsons are great. I guess, do you want me to do a list or talk about it?
You can form a list as you talk about it.
Well, The Simpsons were great because they were joke.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it felt like real life. These felt like real people. Like, you felt bad for Bart when he got choked, even though it was funny.
Mm-hmm.
But you're like, he was a good kid, you know. But anyway, The Simpsons were good. I was of age, so, like, I laughed so much at, like, shows like Family Guy
Mm-hmm.
and American Dad and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I used to watch Friends like it was my job.
Friends is great.
Unfortunately, I'm embarrassed of that a little bit. You said comedy movies, too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a movie called Funny People that I love. It's about comedians.
Yeah. It's got a little bit of, like, a sad tone to it.
It's Judd Apatow.
Yeah.
It's your guy.
But yeah. I like the movie. Adam Sandler, Seth Rogen. I'm thinking of the right movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm trying to think of the...
Jason Schwartzman's in it.
Mm-hmm.
What's her name? Who plays April from
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the name.
Aubrey Plaza?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a banger. Got a good soundtrack, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But comedy movie, like actual funny, Dumb and Dumber, I think, is still funny to me.
It is still funny. It is excellent. It's a rare moment, but every now and then I'll find someone who hasn't seen it, and I get just show them for the first time, and it still holds.
Yeah, I would like to do that again. Show somebody Dumb and Dumber for the first time. It's the funniest movie ever.
Judd Apatow's got such a collection of films. Jesus Christ.
I mean, it's like, I want to stress this enough. Like, you, as an artist, you are supposed to just... Art is all just a shitty copy of other art. Don't steal people's jokes, but you know what I mean? So it's like, I talk about him all the time, but Louis C.K.'s show, Louis, is a great show. Have you ever seen that?
I've seen, like, clips from it, yeah.
Dude, I'll let you use my login and watch it. I adore that show.
I'll probably have whatever app it's on. For a guy who's been broke for the better part of the year, I've never gone without any television.
I've watched, I've watched The Office probably more than I've played PC games. Like,
yeah, I've never played PC
so
games.
much.
I'm not much of a gamer. I play, like, on a Switch. I play Minecraft, and that's about it. What do you play?
On my computer, but, like, now that I don't, now that I finally don't drink alcohol again, I have time to play games. I don't watch TV really, so that's just what I do to melt my brain.
Yeah, but what games do you play? What do you like?
I play the whole range, everything except for, like, honestly, I don't really play any sports games at all. But mostly, like, I love horror games, stuff like that. Shooters.
Horror games.
Horror games, yeah. I like, I like an online, kind of a rich online shooter. Like, I play one called Escape from Tarkov. I don't play it all the time because it's so difficult, but the idea of going on the internet and shoving somebody's face in their fucking own asshole is really satisfying to parts of my brain.
No, I get you. I just play Minecraft because it's peaceful and it's.
I love.
I like
games.
fishing.
You ever heard of Valheim?
Mm-hmm.
I was playing that before, like 20 minutes before I hopped on. I didn't even shower, dude. I was like, "We're just doing our hair, man." I was
That's great.
Tending to my pigs. So.
Tending to my.
That's a daytime activity, and then at night I just come home and go to bed. So.
Yeah. Let's see.
I like comedy questions.
Yeah, what are your goals for comedy in 2026?
What are my goals?
Yeah.
Well, I need to get the footage from that show you booked me at edited, because what I'd like to do is have I have to cut a lot of material because it's just kind of like filler. Someone who wasn't at the show isn't gonna know, because I was ripping on you and stuff like that. But put it on, get it ready for social media, and have like a 10-minute segment that I could cut up. And a year-long goal would be to accumulate 1 or 2 more of those. And then the idea would be to get in a rotation of constantly doing that. Sort of like how professional comedians do it now, where it's like they're always working on that hour. As soon as you finish the tour, you record it, you sell it, you dish the material, you start again, right? That's the formula. So I'd like to get somewhere in there. I need to actually sit down and learn the editing software again, which, again, I just care too much about pigs and Vikings, stuff like that, to spend the fucking 3 hours it would take to relearn the software.
Yeah.
But
editing's a bitch anyways. It's my least favorite part of this.
So that'd be one goal, is to have that, because once you have, the idea would be to have 3 sets, if you will, worth of content. So let's say I'm working in 20-minute segments. You want to have one that you're ready to post, one that you're editing, and one that you're writing. And once you have that, then you can start your rotation of social media and start getting, So I'd like to chip away at that. And then I think I would like to be on the road a little bit this year. I'm lucky that Patrick Murray has been at the club when I was there, and that John Fangman has the joy of 1,000 happy children, and that we all came together. It's just I got to go with Patrick to one show. That's all it is. It's one of those things where it's I thought this was the end all be all. It's not, but it's I want to be on the road. Patrick Murray, I was really glad he won Indy's Funniest. He's one of my favorite comedians. And if he, it's just cool to watch that guy move beyond being on stage. I'm a big believer in the idea of surrounding yourself with wiser minds, and so that's a good person to look up to, I think, for a local comic.
Yeah, he
except for his habits, but he's open about those things.
Yeah, he's me and him have discussed him being on the podcast multiple times. I've been waiting to make sure it's nice and I got all the techniques figured out and I can host him properly. But I really like Patrick. We talk sometimes. I've seen him a lot after my shows. And
what are your goals?
I see, I had a list of goals at the start of the year, but then all these different things have jumbled up. I was supposed to be show running a certain amount every month. That's now going to be inconsistent, and we'll figure out that. And then now I'm working at Helium. Which I think it's pretty late in the podcast to bring up, but the whole reason I've been gone for a whole month is that, from this podcast, is that not only am I talking to somebody, but I got a job at Helium Comedy Club. So, since doing my last...
You're doing great, man.
Yeah, since last doing my podcast, I have the Byrd again, I have a boo and a job, which is a big prompt.
You do have a boo
shift.
and a job.
Yeah, it is a yeah, it's not a beard, but it's finally coming back. It's all patchy as hell. But yeah, so I've been super busy.
It's okay, you can't grow a beard and I can't get laid. So we're even.
I lucked into this one. As far as goals go, let's see. I do want to keep working on doing shows and kind of consistently keep up this trend that I've had recently of profiting off my shows.
I just want to say, if I talked shit about did I talk shit about anybody on this podcast?
No.
Okay, thank God.
No.
Okay.
No.
Learn to trust ourselves.
Yeah.
There we go.
Also, I'll let you watch a cut before I post anything, and if there's anything in there.
It's okay.
Yeah. But yeah, keep on doing shows. Hopefully I can keep up the trend of making some money, because that means there's people in the room, which is my main goal, is to put people in the room. But there's a lucky incentive that with a ticket that might mean profit.
I never put it into my mind that I wanted to make any money doing any shows, and you did, and good for you, and keep going, and I believe you will.
Yeah. Luckily, I've been reaching out to a few different venues, so I might have something better lined up, but that's all potential. That's not like anything I can count on. I do want to write more, I don't know if mature is the right word, but just better, less self-deprecating jokes. Like, I want a new 20 minutes of just like funnier, better, well-written.
Okay. Well, that'll come naturally.
It will. But it's what I'm focusing on right now.
Can I give you some advice?
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about not self-deprecating. Like, how long you been doing stand-up?
About 2 years.
Just not even about 2 years. So I mean, this is just my personal opinion, but I think do anything you can to give yourself an advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Don't bring a fucking tambourine up there with you.
No.
But
it's gonna be.
It's such negative reinforcement that he's getting laughed with it. I hate it.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I love. Adrian's like my comedy dad. But,
Adrian's a beautiful soul. He's also going to be on the podcast soon. He's going to be, this is a good time to mention, he will be headlining the Saturday Showcase April 8th at Found Square Brewery. Kyle did it earlier this year, January, and absolutely sold out the room. So if you're seeing this beforehand, you want to see a good comedy show, come see Mr. Adrian Gomez headlining. It'll be excellent.
But give yourself any advantage you can. And I'm not saying do those things deliberately, this will give me an advantage, but like, don't shy away from those things.
I just want more substance.
100%. If I may, the way you find substance is by continuing to write and work your process. I feel that I have a process. Do you?
I had a process.
I
had a process, and then I kind of got lazy about it, and then I started like focusing in on the same 15 minutes of material, consistently working it, but not like
let me give you a
really
second piece of
writing
advice.
It out.
When you figure out your process, it needs to be something that's kind of automated. It needs to work for you. It needs to be the kind of thing that if you didn't brush your teeth this morning, you're still going to be able to do your process. But trust your process, and beyond that, I say it's okay to set those types of like higher standard goals for yourself. But I will go up there and pantomime eating a dog. I don't care. It's like, in the moment, who knows? I don't even remember. It's like, what are you talking about? So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I just think overall the goal is just cultivate newer, better material. But like you said, it's just organic. It's going to organic. Yeah, in the last, since my last podcast, I've written like a new 7 minutes, and I really like the material I got out of it.
Isn't that the best? You get through your week of comedy, and you're like, I wrote like fucking 5 minutes that week.
And I didn't do like fucking great, but I don't think you got to see my set at Liberty Street last week. It was pretty good.
I left.
It was pretty good, because like no one was there, and I usually eat shit at Liberty Street. Yeah. It's become like a bad habit. Cole thinks I'm a much worse comedian than I am because he only sees me at Liberty. I'm like, fam. I'm just so. I usually go there. I have a few drinks. Smoke a little bit.
Well, every comedian is about 1.5 feet off the ground, which means there's kind of no telling what they think. But
no, that's right. I just get the impression. But the point is, like, I usually do pretty poorly there, and it was nice. I came in and I had new jokes, and they worked.
Cole's, he's told me this before. I don't think he would care. It's like, Cole has a rich, tough dad. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, because Cole is really like, and I love him for it because I'm the same way. Cole is a really driven and critical guy,
Yeah.
He does not bullshit.
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's why I like him.
What
were we just talking about?
We were talking about goals, cultivating new material.
Yeah.
New material. Yeah. I think I got some, you'll see it tonight, but, I don't know. I get in a bad habit of doing my material on the podcast, but this is a funny story. I think I can tell it on the podcast.
Do it.
Which is me and my new boo or partner, whatever you want to say. One of our new favorite things to do is to hotbox my closet, and we usually do that not fully clothed. Mm-hmm. And like the first couple of times we were doing this,
you're just in there giggling.
Yeah, I think we're gonna start recording.
Babies.
We're gonna start recording sessions in there and call it like Back in the Closet or whatever.
It's gay and straight at the same time.
Mm-hmm. But first
like
couple of times we were joking, and they were like, you know, if you told me I'd be getting high in some stranger's closet with my titties out, I wouldn't believe you. And I said back to them, I was like, if you told me a week ago I'd be getting high with some stranger and their titties are out in my closet, I'd be like, shit, I'm back on cocaine again. And I tried that at the old mic last week, mm-hmm. and it was a smash hit. It was excellent.
It's hard for me to digest
mm-hmm.
jokes that are made for stage, but yes, my reaction to that is the same thing as a lot of material, which is like I think an audience will like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do one
mm-hmm.
where I'm gonna tell a story
mm-hmm.
about a time that I said the N-word.
Oh my.
I was 8 years old, and a younger boy that was my neighbor, or an older boy, excuse me, he was
mm-hmm.
like 12.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd fight and curse and stuff, and I got the shit beat out of me a lot. And he threw me one day, and he was walking towards me, and I said it to him. I used the hard R and everything, and he was like, I'm telling.
I don't know why that's so funny, but it is. I'm telling.
I shouldn't have said it.
I also think it's just so funny because I can see the screen right now, and then as you're talking about like him throwing you, you look so much smaller than me because I'm so close.
I was just a little guy.
Just throwing you.
He was like 5 years older than me or something. Yeah.
I once got ganged up on by a group of boys, and they each had sticks, and they were poking me, and I was like, what kind of circus shit is this right now? I'm like, I felt like, and I like beat the shit out of all of them, because like half of them were like 3 years younger than me, so like I literally threw a kid like yards, but it was like, I don't know, you ever cornered an autistic kid and started ramming him with sticks? It's not an excellent idea. No, they start swinging.
They start screeching, steam comes out, it's weird.
This is the excellent part of the podcast where I tell you to come up with some questions for me.
Okay.
I call this like reverse crowd work.
Okay, so I don't know if it's, this is a question I ask people who are usually not comedians.
Mm-hmm.
So if you could do anything, like live on the moon, be the president of the future, anything, and you knew the way to start tomorrow,
mm-hmm.
like what would you do? Anything you want.
Cause world peace.
Okay.
Cure cancer.
Okay.
Probably like buy a Captain Crunch factory and live inside of it.
I love all this.
Maybe not in that order.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe start with Captain Crunch.
That's a good answer. That's a good answer.
The Captain Crunch, and then like start with the Captain Crunch factory, and then in the back room is where you'll discover the cure for cancer, which will in turn cause world peace.
That's a good answer. Most people push their tits together and look down and say, "I don't know."
Sure,
but you had an altruistic motive.
Yeah.
That means you meant that.
Yeah. I'd definitely go to Amsterdam. I don't know. I've been really digging going to Amsterdam at some point. Like, as a smaller, if I could go anywhere, I'd go to Amsterdam.
Okay. Another question.
Mm-hmm.
And put it in whatever terms you want. What happens after we die?
I'd like to think that, I don't know. I don't know, obviously. None of us know. But I've tried to take a nihilistic, like an optimistic nihilistic approach about things where we're just dead and the energy dissipates and some other organism or non-organic entity uses that energy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But also I was thinking about it, like, what if we actually just stay in the body, but in such a level that we can't detect it? But we're conscious of it.
I have that paranoia, too.
I was thinking about this like a week ago, and I haven't stopped thinking about it. It's like, what if you're aware you're dead and in a box?
I've seen, there's a
Yeah.
That doesn't happen.
No, but I think I'm going to be cremated.
But what do you think? Do you have an opinion? You can say, I don't know.
I don't know, but I will say, like, the potential for hauntings, maybe. This property used to be
but you don't necessarily believe in ghosts.
I think there's something freaky going on in the universe. Something a little bit, but not like an overwhelming conspiracy by
You're
a big man in the
agnostic
sky.
overall.
Yeah, but this property used to be a POW camp in the Civil War.
What property?
A POW camp,
This property.
prisoner of war. Yeah.
Okay.
It also used to be the old state fairground before they moved.
We are in Indiana.
But this used to be Fort. Forgetting the name. The sign's literally on the other street. But like 2,700 Confederate soldiers died on this property. So I've started like playing Remember the Titans on loop, and whenever I do, the cabinets start fucking opening and closing dramatically, and shit starts falling off of shelves and stuff.
I don't think I have more. What's your favorite? You're a hard person to ask this question. What is your favorite movie? Most people lock up. If you can't say your favorite movie, what's a movie that comes to mind that you love?
Okay, I can narrow it down.
You gotta do one.
One.
And it doesn't have to be your favorite movie.
A Star is Born. I really like A Star is Born. The one with Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga.
I haven't seen that
the
one.
newer one.
Okay.
It's really good. Bradley Cooper directed it himself. Him and Lady Gaga made most of the music together for it.
Even though they're A-list like lunatics,
Mm-hmm.
I do like those two performers, if you will.
Yeah, and it's it's just like the older version, but it's a guy struggling severely with addiction and like self-harming tendencies.
Did you ever see Silver Linings Playbook? He was in that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
an excellent movie.
Do you remember the cleaned out mayonnaise jar? Do you?
Mm-hmm.
No one else remembers that. Because he had one and his parents had one. That's a really nice touch.
Yeah, it is. I like Bradley Cooper in a lot of things. Basically everything. He's now Superman's dad, if you didn't know.
Sure, yeah, that makes sense. He's a good actor. He's really good.
Really like the newest Star is Born. It's like, it's more country westernish, but I don't know. It's a very good movie. It's a very hard ending. The music is fucking phenomenal. But then, have you ever seen... what's the movie called? Almost Famous.
Yeah, of course.
Love that movie. Love that movie.
That was like my teenage years right there.
I feel like me starting off in comedy felt like that to me. It was like me going around with a notebook and like listening in on everybody like talking about everything.
Did you ever read Perks of Being a Wallflower or whatever?
Actually, that is my favorite movie, but I don't talk about that because that's my special movie, and I've read the book over 13 times in the last 4 years.
It's a good one.
I chronically love that movie.
You ever seen Fight Club?
I have seen Fight Club.
I've seen it a lot of times.
Probably 6 or 7 times, but I've watched that movie like my entire life.
Dude, when I was a kid, I thought it was like the greatest movie ever or whatever. I thought it was like so cool. Mm-hmm. And I still like it now, but now when I watch it, it's like, it's funny.
It's very ironic, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's
when you watch it from an adult perspective,
it is...
It's like, this poor guy.
I was going to say it's like pretty sad, but it is like funny in a sad way.
He's out of his mind, and it's really funny. It's just it's not the large indictment of society, the rejection of society that it's like, you know, every movie has two stories basically. There's like the story and there's the subtext. And it's like, the story is, well, let's blow up all the credit card buildings or whatever. But the subtext is the journey of the individual. And in this case, it's the male journey, you know, in a modern world. It's a good-ass movie.
It's a great-ass movie.
It's unhinged and funny.
It was on... Okay, so I had to go to... Or I didn't have to go. I was going to the STI clinic or whatever you call it just to get, you know, tested so I know.
Yeah, you slut.
So I can...
Hooker bitch. Suck me.
Yeah, but I go in there and I'm waiting in the lobby to get the STI panel done or whatever, and they have Fight Club on, and I was just like, isn't that just the perfect touch? They really know who's going to be sitting in this lobby right now.
My dick tingle, like, starts to sting when I watch Fight Club, like I have an STD.
I was like, I swear I was going to, like, turn around and there's going to be holes in the lobby drywall. And I was like, they know, and, like, the free condom dispenser is, like, right under the TV. I'm like...
Who has the... Oh, it's Patrick Murray. He's like, why the fuck are there free condoms at the STD clinic? I'm there because I don't use fucking condoms. That's such a... I mean, like, why didn't I think of that, you know?
Exactly.
Such a good joke.
But, we should probably wrap this up. We got stuff to do.
Man. Thanks for having me. We gotta go on the road. Comedy day.
Yeah, let's...
Full day of comedy.
Okay, we'll wrap this up, and then we'll do the intro afterwards, because last part first, or whatever. This has been the Byrd is the Word podcast. I am your host, Byrd. We have had this great guest on, Mr. Kile Bates, dear friend, mentor of mine. I've been waiting to have him on for a while. He's going to be lucky number 5. If you enjoyed this kind of comedy, maybe share this with a friend, like, subscribe, comment. I will get back to you on all of that. I will put up some little graphics for any shows or mics coming up so that you guys can get better acquainted with the Indianapolis comedy scene. But until then, that has been our show for this week. I will see you next week. Thank you.
Bye.